Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm back with another one. Another Shin Megami Tensei video. Like usual, this is a Shin Megami Tensei channel. I always say that at the beginning of this thing. But I finally finished Soul Hackers. Finally. And before I get into the game that I really want to talk about, what this video is about, I just want to talk about this for a little bit. Finally beat it. Took me around, I would say about 40 hours to beat. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I'm probably gonna do another playthrough through it, probably. But there was a dungeon in there that sticks to my head that I really I enjoyed it, but it got annoying. But I enjoyed the game. It's a really good game. I recommend it if you're into Shin Megami Tensei, or if you're into first-person dungeon crawlers. I recommend it. If you're not, this game is not for you. This game is definitely not for you. I would have to say, like, a lot of people didn't like this game basically because there was no tutorial in the game, and it sort of annoyed me too. In the beginning, that they never really show you how to play the game, and I think that was one of the things that annoyed me at first. But the thing is games back then never did. They never had tutorials. You basically dived in and you taught yourself to play the game. I think games today basically hold our hands. Everybody expects the game to teach them how to play the game instead of them just figuring things out. And that's what the manual's for. There is a manual in the game. It's digital. But this is one of the first games in a long time where I actually had to read the manual. Like, it was like my saving grace. Other than that, I really enjoyed the game. The manual helps. You basically have to teach yourself how to play the game. One of the things about it is that it's very easy. It's very easy. At first, it's really hard because you don't really know what you're doing. You don't understand anything. But the game is relatively easy. Like, if anything, I probably died in the game about 3 times. But through my whole playthrough, I probably died about 3 times. But the game was really easy. Bosses weren't hard. But it's really, I mean, you could just power through everything. Not in terms of you can just gain levels and just power through the game. I mean, like, it almost seems like a majority of the bosses were weak to everything. I mean, that's what it felt like to me. I mean, I heard a lot of people had problems with it, but I thought it was easy. But it's a good game. I recommend it. Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers. I recommend it. But this video is basically about, as soon as I was done with this game, I basically moved on to another one, and I started playing Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Raidou Kuzanoha versus the Soulless Army. Started playing this mostly because people did not like it. I started playing this game because people didn't like it. I'm just that kind of person. If a person says, you know, this game isn't good, this game is bad, I'm the person that has to find out for himself. I have to buy it and try it out for myself. A lot of people were, for lack of a better word, let down. From what I've been reading on forums and watching on other videos, people were let down by the game because they thought it was an RPG, and it is an RPG, but an action RPG. And people were let down by that. I wasn't, because I knew what I was getting myself into when I got this game. I knew it was an action RPG, but a lot of people said it was bad, so I had to try it out for myself. And as soon as I dived into the game, I didn't like it at first. It was weird. It felt clunky. It felt very stiff. The combat was weird, and I was like, nah, I'm not really sure. And I let it sit for a couple of days, and then for some reason I just found myself gravitating towards it again. where I'll just turn it on and I'll start playing again. And I was like, okay, and I kept playing and I kept playing, and every day I've been playing so far, and I like it. It has some issues to the game. I can't really say that they're issues because it's weird, because it's one of those things where today's gaming, basic, like I said, they hold your hand and they give you like these little waypoints. And while I was playing Raidou, I kept looking for that. Every time I get a new quest, I'm like, okay, is it gonna show up on my map or something, or is it gonna show up on the screen? And I kept looking for that. I was like, wait, I'm playing a PlayStation 2 game. Wait, okay. Usually, when you get a quest in the game, the NPCs that you talk to will tell you where you have to go, and they'll highlight the colors in blue letters. You'll have to remember the name of that town and pretty much find out where you need to go and find out where it is, and then head to that town later. It's weird because it feels like I'm because I don't have the waypoints. I felt like it was like, oh, I wish I had waypoints, but at the same time, it's like, no, I kind of don't need it. I can just figure this out. And the game is good. There is sort of like a there's sort of the whole weakness, and it's in there, like the strategy from other SMT games. It's sort of there, but it's not. It's kind of, it's weird. Like I've like when you're fighting basically, you know, a fire monster, and you have an ice elemental type demon in your party. Obviously, you know, they're weak against one another depending on who hits each other first. That, I mean, the weakness and all that stuff is in the game. I find the game very easy. It's really easy because you can pretty much just run around the map. I figured out a strategy is like I can run around the map, and when I'm in a battle mode, I can run around the map, and if I see a monster about to hit, if I see a demon about to hit my demon with what he's weak to, I can just warp him close to me, and I can save my demon all the time. Like I've been doing this strategy. I just run around and hit them, and then warp my demon back to me when I see he's about to get hit. There's that. You can make the game easy for yourself, but I did run into like 2 bosses that were relatively difficult. They were, well, they weren't difficult as in terms of, I haven't died in the game yet. I'm just playing around. I haven't been killed off yet. What I mean that they're difficult is it just, because every demon that I fought up until that point was just basically, you know, just easy. You know, I just whacked away at them, and my demon will hit them with their weakness, and then I'll just really fight. And I ran into like these 2 guys. Like I ran into these 2 guys that are, I think they're on the cover of the game, and they're sort of in the background. They have like these red outfits on, they have capes, and I ran into these 2 guys. I was like, oh, these guys are pretty tough. Like I was like replenishing my potions and my medicines and all that stuff, and they sort of have a strategy. It was weird. One guy would basically hit me with like heavy strikes, and then the other guy would shoot at me from bay, and I was like, okay, this is getting a little difficult. And what made it even harder is that they didn't have any weaknesses, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. I kind of like this. It's the fact that those guys are pretty tough. Because all the other monsters were hard. I mean, I beat those guys and I didn't die, but it was just like one of those things where it's like there's harder stuff to come. Kind of, it's weird. It's like the game's letting you know you made it this far, and here's something harder. And I think those were like the hardest guys that I fought. I mean, every boss after that was relatively easy. They were really easy. I'm about 23 hours into the game, and so far I sort of enjoy it. I can honestly say I enjoy the game. The battle system it's weird and good at the same time. Basically when you get into a battle, the game warps you to a map and you run around and you have your sword and your pistol, and the pistol can change ammo types, like to different elemental ammo types or physical and sharpness ammo types. It's weird, or physical and heavy ammo. And depending on you can use the pistol to shoot demons that related to their weakness, and you can I think it's confine them to your little tube things that Raidou has, where he keeps the demons stored. And as you level up, you can get more tubes and you can get more slots. And I gotta say, I kind of like that, because in order to confine demons into the tubes, you have to have magnetite. Magnetite is like my worst enemy right now. Like it scared me in Soul Hackers, and it doesn't scare me in this one as much, because I thought if I walked around with my demon now, because you can do that, and people for some reason won't see it. You can run around with your demon now. I always thought if I did that, my magnetite would drain just like the Soul Hackers, but it doesn't. It's basically, magnetite is the strength that you use to confine demons, and you deplenish it to summon them to do tasks. And that was cool too. You can have your demons do little tasks. I really enjoyed that. I'm not done with the game. I'm about 20 hours in. I can honestly say I do like it. It's not my favorite right now. It's not my favorite game in the series, but I do like it. Would I recommend it? It's weird. I feel like I have to beat the game first. But as of right now, I honestly would not recommend the game. I can only recommend it if you like SMT. Like, it's weird. I like the whole demon thing. Like, I like the fact that it's dark and it's weird. One of the things that I can honestly say I kind of don't like is the setting. The whole it's like a bridging the gap between the feudal era of Japan and the technology age or something like that. And I don't know what that era is called, but it's weird. It's like way back in the day, and I don't enjoy the setting. Like, I don't know why. I like the whole dark post-apocalyptic city thing, of modern day, Japan, or and anywhere else. Doesn't matter. I like those settings. I guess more because I can relate to it. This one almost feels like an action fantasy, almost, not really, but almost. But that's really it. Is the setting? It doesn't appeal to me at all. I don't know why. It just doesn't. But I like the game. I enjoy it. I think it's okay. As soon as I'm done with this game, I'm probably gonna play the second one, or I'm probably gonna finish Persona 3, because I'm playing Persona 3. I don't know if I said this. I'm playing five SMT games in rotation. I probably said this on my first video. So I'm giving P3 a little break, but I'm still playing it. But I'm playing this because I figure I can beat this one quick too. So I'm probably gonna play that next. Finish Persona 3. So that was my impressions video, and I guess next time I put up a video, look forward to that. I don't know what it's gonna be, but hopefully I'll put it up. Maybe I can do one on Persona 3. Probably. So thanks for watching, guys.